What's up, everybody? This is that Brown Bat back for another episode of Do Whatever I Want to Do in the small amount of time that I have to do it. Remember in 2.0 where you could change the anything you wanted? Alright, anyway, 2.0 is on sale for the rest of the month for $10 on Steam. If interested, I'm thinking about getting it. But anyway, just for nostalgia's. Alright, so we're in the Toybox Hub. I really don't plan on doing anything here. I'm just here because. So let me go to where I wanted to show you. I just want to show off some things that I've been doing. Alright, so I don't even remember. Oh, so what I do is I'll do a test run of things and just look. What does it look like if I do this? And, basically I just merge the roofs in it, in this, right? And then just have these overhang and then go back and just, you can put a balcony on those pirate town houses and go in and I live up here. All right. So you remember the hub world of Toybox Takeover? So I just rebuilt that. Not exactly, but conceptually. You can't really build it identical because you don't have all the parts available. Like the cool doors, the design of the doors, like the fantasy style door. I mean, we just have the basic door where you can just change the color. I don't care. It also seemed to be that they had these things able to be put on a path creator, but it's not the thing in the actual toy box. You know what? I want to take a horse. Oh, I'll go to that one last. So, the reason I did this because I thought it had potential. What if I just used the hub and then just go to different worlds? And that just gave me ideas for a bunch of other things. I mean, because honestly, this doesn't make any sense unless you're doing the Syndrome thing. And no, I did not build that thing for the what do they call that thing with the I don't know, that one world that... What did I not put here? Alright, so Syndrome's volcano, and then the other Syndrome thing, with the blocks that are moving in and out. Oh, that's right. I'm why am I not going inside it? Oh, it's because I have it, the angle camera. So the idea is you come over here and then you go into the next world. You put a trigger area over this and you'd be and then you go into whatever themed town or toy box based on the area that you go into. And here, of course, it'd be Nightmare Before Halloween. It's Nightmare Before Christmas. You think. Alright, so oh no, it's raining. Blame it on the rain. Yeah. Alright, next one. So then I got this thinking, what if, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, alright, Castlevania Simon's Quest 3D. Okay. Of course, that's not this. But that's the thing that I had in my mind after doing this. I'm like, how would I properly do this? And of course, I didn't finish this because I had another idea, which I'll show you in a second. And actually, it's almost completed. The only thing is I ran out of memory. But I also started thinking, well, look at this. You see what I started thinking, and I built it. All right, so what if we had row houses with, well, look at that, like Gothic style buildings? All right. So I said that can be done. If you notice a lag, my controller joysticks are messed up a little bit. I'm walking over these because I couldn't remember if I put one of the trick ones down. Apparently I did not. So a lot of things had to go into consideration. And that has to do with getting things symmetrical and not running out of space and connecting things. So if you connect with bridges like this and you build an entire open world bigger than this, you run into the risk of course, running out of memory very easily. So I'm like, how would I do this? Would I do this? All right, you have to go to this area and beat this area, you know, like kind of like the Toybox Hub or the Toybox Takeover, and have a central mission, an overall mission for everything. We had to complete like 5 different side missions in order to finally unlock the last level. Kind of like Mega Man, right? Beat this boss, to beat this boss, to beat this boss. But what if I want to backtrack? By the way, there is a way to have different levels and backtrack, and it's in the logic tools, and I have not been able to. It's one of those things where, like, wait a minute, then I have to do this and this and this and this, and it's really tedious. In my mind, it's tedious. I have not been able to properly comprehend how some of those level designers did that. What is the name of that? I want to show you what it is. It's the remote player, I think. Here it is. Yeah, it is. How many times did I pass this? Satellite receiver. So that, I've only seen like 2 tutorials for it, and they're very short. Basically, that allows you to take one toy box level. Let's say you have your toy box A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or let's say 1 through 3, because you can go 10. So if you have your toy box hub, and then you have 9 toy boxes under that, let's say you go to 1 to complete a quest, and that quest will affect all the other toy boxes. So if you have a door locked in level 5, and you need to backtrack to go to level 1, toy box 1, in order to complete a different quest, in order to go back to level 5 or 10 or whatever it was, that's what you would do with that satellite receiver. And that it's there's a lot you can do with that, and I've never perfected that. And it's one of those things, so do I have enough time in life to do this? No. All right, just another test. I used the same concept. No, I didn't. Is that the same concept? Yes, I did. All right, so if you don't know, these right here are the skyscraper pieces. So I was just messing around, you know, in building mansions and things like that. Ooh, look at that one. How do we get to that? I don't even remember building this one up here. But I did it. I mean, it's here. Let's make Star Wars great again. Bring Finn back and have him turn into a crow. Yeah, I don't remember doing this, but guess what? It's pretty cool. Of course, I didn't finish it. I was going to put stained glass windows. It's the only way reason I would have done it this way. I was going to put stained glass windows in here, but this is again, it's a trial, but oh my goodness. I must have been half asleep doing this because I don't remember it. But yeah, it's pretty good. Alright. Of course, it's not finished, and alright, let's go over to this one. I was trying to build Maleficent's castle, not from any of the live movies, but from the cartoon. And trying to find a picture of Maleficent's castle is like next to impossible. I mean, a good high resolution picture. Eat your heart out, everybody that uses Cinderella's castle for Maleficent. There was a lot of replayer use going on. I think I still have everything there. How much space do we have? We have enough space so I could build that and build a town around it. I forgot how good. I remember building that. I mean, it's one of those things where this is 3, that's 3, and they have to go inside each other, these pillars, and you know, when you get up close, like, who cares, right? Cities are good from a distance. I don't know why I did that. I forgot she flies by jumping. Alright, so down here... Alright, so there's no filler in here. I just did this for show. To see what it looked like, you just stick towers behind each other and make sure they go bigger up as you go, or taller the further behind you get. But you can easily fall between the cracks, so it's not like something that you would like, I'm going to scale the tower, get stuck and break the game. Yeah, see? Okay, so I think I was going to try about building a mountain there, and I said, you know what? Nope. Alright, there was another building. Where was it? There it is. Let's see what I build up here. Alright, this is preliminary, trying to build... There's that dragon. You ever chase that dragon down? You can't run into him, but he can shoot you. So this is pretty cool, but I've found another way to do this, but this was based on Dracula's castle, not the real life one, but the Castlevania one, at least one of the versions of it, where it's pretty much all towers except for the adjoining pieces. That's what I was trying to figure out for all these years, is how is Dracula's castle. It's basically Maleficent's castle, really. It's tower, I think. You know, I get the same vibe. There are a bunch of towers connected to each other by buildings. Either buildings that are on the ground or buildings that go on the top between them. And course, I got some Halloween Town things in there. I mean, I was just testing it out to see what would happen. But of course, using... See right here, you can't get away from having a door show up out of nowhere if you're using the done brick pieces. So, a couple ways around that. I'm going to do it at the top. You have this way. You know what? I'm not even going to show you that way because it's. I'm just going to cut right to the best way. So there's two ways. I was going to show you three ways, but I'm only going to show you two. Because the third way is just making a block out of blocks. Actually, it's using... I am showing you. It's just using these. And I should have set the theme. Problem is, I really can't put a window in doing it like this. Because it's either going to pop out or be flush with it. So I can either just make a block with no window, but where's the fun in that? Alright, so that's why that's not my go-to method. So if I go to buildings... Now, if I'm not going to use done brick texture, then I wouldn't use this. Because that would be funny using this and then another brick texture. Alright, so I can't make windows all about because it's going to get some serious Z fighting here. So we're just going to make those windows right like that. See, you can leave it open. You know, like a bell tower. You can you don't want to use that because it, you know, you can see it poking through like that and that looks kind of dumb. But you can do like this, put those in there. If you don't remember me ever doing that, watch this. It's hard to see when I'm in Spark 1, so I have to... arrowing with the... there. So you can do that. Again, nothing on the side. So it's like a bell tower, maybe. Alright, or you can get rid of that. 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 And then go to... block walls and make sure you have it turned where it's flush. Alright, now we can go inside it. A little alcove there, but that's okay. If that's your thing, when you just want to fly through it. It's like a little bell tower with no bell. You can put a bell in there if you want. Bell is usually too big, or it just doesn't look right. Or just leave it alone. No, no, no. Yes. Alright. Oh my goodness, that looks so dumb. But watch this. The only thing is, you're not going to attach anything to it. Now, it kind of overhangs. And it looks sloppy. So what you're going to have to do, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to make the entire tower uniform. All the way down. And then, how thick do you want the windows, or how long do you want them? You want them all, like just square? Do you want them rectangle, long, super long, even? They say, oh, but that could be anything, right? Yeah, but watch this. I'm only going to do this one time. I know you've seen it in the other ones, but I wasn't going to do a tutorial, but I am. Just a bunch of different tutorials. Just because I miss doing this. Did you hear that? Eee! Why? Because that roof that is right there doesn't play by our rules. So we can either hook this to it or hook these to it. It doesn't matter. Now watch this. Want it right there. Now we're going to cover this up, so that means I don't need that. We're going to use this trim piece from the Simple Toys. Whoops, don't want the path creator. I want to select the trim. Oops, wrong one. The trick really is to get it to stop in the place where you want it. And then if you reload it, as long as you have it stopped, you can actually go back in and delete this if you need to. They don't take up much space, but you might find yourself in a pinch where you need it. You need to get rid of it. I don't know how many. I've never experienced a limit on these things as far as when the game breaks. But I do know having a lot of those close together, they will start, if the game doesn't load properly, it can glitch and they'll all be tied together. Go through my videos. I'm sure in some of them it's happened. I'm not sure if it ever happened on the PC version, though. It used to happen on the PS4 all the time. Oops. Well, by the way, when I disappeared for a while, it wasn't because of college, because college hadn't started yet. I mean, I still had another 9 months or something like that before school started. It first started when this is the story. My phone blew up. No, wait, is that where it first started? Yeah, first my phone exploded. I mean, it was still use. I could still use it, but I didn't feel safe. I mean, it bulged out, it exploded. So, was that the first time? No. Oh, that's the second time. All right, so just things just kept happening. I'm trying to remember the order of events. My phone exploded in the springtime. Let me backtrack to whenever it was I vanished off YouTube. My data plan said I exceeded the limit of data. And it said if I keep using data, they'd let me, but I would be charged for these exuberant amount of fees. So I said no. So I switched my plan. Unbeknownst to me, this is what happens when you don't pay attention to the writing. I wasn't going to be charged for a lot of money. I thought I was going to be charged for a lot of money. But anyway, I lost a lot of my plan benefits. Seems how that plan that I had, that I thought needed to be changed, no longer exists. I have a hair trigger left. My left trigger is like, if I look at it, it like activates. All right. So basically you do that for every corner. And boom. There's your awesome new tower, which gets rid of the if you already hit it, it's fine. I mean, I'm not saying you can't use those. I mean, if you're going to have something in the distance, you don't want to do something elaborate like this. So I get this new plan, which I have now, but there was these messed up things with it, right? So I'm like, if my data plan is this bad and I'm going to keep running out of data, then I didn't realize I put a wall on here. You know, doing a wall like this, to me, is a lot better than using these. I don't know. To me, this just looks better. And then putting the crenellations of it. So anyway, I keep sidetracking here. So my data, until I switched plans, I didn't feel comfortable uploading things, and I thought I was going to be hit. So now my plan is worse than it was before. Same company, but it's kind of tough to explain because when I call them up, they play stupid. So there's nobody to talk to that I could reason with. Let me give you an example. I was having issues with the whole thing, even after I updated the phone and all that. And I called them up and I said, my internet, I'm paying $100 a month for Wi-Fi hotspot that's not working. Well, you have to change your phone number. That was the answer that I got from one of the service techs. I have to change my phone. Yeah, we'll have to give you a new chip and we'll send it to you in the mail, but the only way to do that, you're going to have to change your phone number. I said, no, I don't. So, yeah, I just stopped calling them, and eventually it kind of sort of worked. I don't know what my upload speed's going to be right now, but anyway, all right, so I got my plan, and then, I don't know, maybe it was a month later, 2 months later, my phone exploded. So I had all these problems, and at the time, I was like, you know what? I just stopped. And I started learning Greek language, Greek, ancient Greek. Am I fluent in it? No, I'm still learning. I mean, you're learning a new language that's nobody, well, people speak modern Greek in Greece, but learning a new language is not something you do overnight. So it's a process, especially when you're not going to school for it. That class is not in the school I go to. But anyway, so I was doing that and having a really, really fun time doing it. So like I just stopped building, really, But here we go. And hopefully I'll be able to upload this with no problem. And you can hear me ramble. So here's another thing that didn't get completed. As you can see why. I mean, it's a lot of... Oh, you know what? Look at that. Look at that. There's still... I'm just a little bit under halfway, or over halfway. But anyway, the gray does not mix with the white. Now check this out. I mean, it does mix, but it's not that good. So let's find Hoth here. Because Hoth actually looks like marble in this. Is this the one? Yes. Now watch this. I'm going to stand here. Looks a little bit better. I think. It looks like something in Moscow. Now that's a little bit weird. I mean, it's not weird. I mean, it's pretty cool. Except for this. I'd have to put, if I was going to build this again, I would actually use the Simple Toy arch block there. Alright, this is what I was looking for. Alright, so this was a concept I had for a 2D game. And, this is a while ago. So the towers were not perfected, but I was just exploring with doing, like buildings like this. But here's the cool part. I made it so when you cross the road, the camera would spin. So in essence, it is 3D. It is. Of course it's 3D, duh. But it's just messing with the angles. So you'd still limit yourself. I mean, you're not going to go... I guess you could. But the camera angle is always going to be fixed. And I was thinking about that, and then every time I got to a certain... point, I would start going, oh, let's do it this way. What if I did it this way? And I'd end up going back to form, returning to form, and just doing it the way it was before. And there's so many different ways you can utilize basic blocks. I totally forgot about doing it this way. Just putting the these parts, the small skyscraper pieces in for windows. I mean, from looking at it, at least doing it this way, that makes it easier than some of the ways I've been doing it recently. By the way, this Sky Dome, the Infinity Beyond, The texture is really good. The only problem is with this, you can see when the shadow hits these particular buildings, it gets like cardboard corrugation on it. Other than that, this is one of the best ambience sky domes that is in Disney Infinity. I tell you though, using those blocks is really good. By the way, these lanterns, these give off real light as opposed to this fake light. So, in other words, if I use pitch black sky dome, you'll see these lights, but they're not going to emit any glow. These will. What's in here? Oh, nothing. I wasn't sure if I built anything out there. And here's another thing, if you run out of space, you can just put a door in between them and it looks natural. What was this one? This is I think what this is. It's one of the main street. I just shoved the pirate building in there to put a door there. I also shoved the I forget what town piece that's called, the suburb building in there. Yeah, this was the bridge that was going to go all the way across here or something like that. Then come down to here. I don't know, I like the interconnecting buildings where there's buildings on top of buildings. I find that enamoring. Where'd that castle go? I want to look at that castle. Of course, I use the replayer to stick these spires in the sides. It's not my favorite way to build a tower, but again, I was just practicing. Yeah, these red brick buildings with the sky dome really pop. All right, next. Yeah, Tron. I don't know why Tron is on. Let's not use Tron. It might be a little bit too dark. Is it? Let's use this. I know if it gets too dark, it messes with the whole of everything. Let's use this. That'll do it. The only reason I used Victor's experiment is because I didn't want to wait for the townspeople to change the roads to Halloween Town. It's the only way you can get an accurate Halloween Town road is through the townspeople. Oh, that's right. That's the sidewalk. I was just messing around. Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah. I'm not a fan of doing it that way. Except, it's cool if you're just going straight using that for a sidewalk, but when you turn the corner, you have the, those things. Now, do I want to keep this as... I thought, why is this back to Tron? I did. Huh. That must be connected to, oh, it's random. Thing is, it really doesn't matter what the sky is when you're in the angle mode or 2D, because you can't see, like if it's infinity and beyond, it doesn't look like you're in space. So I was experimenting here with futuristic dump. Bottom level Coruscant. And then it moved to, alright, let's try medieval. And then you go back to the previous ones I already show, you'll see how it progressed. But here's the storefront. Aqua Stucco. Remember I said Aqua Stucco makes a good storefront? It does. These right here, not so good. So it's probably better if we use that. Or not. Probably cover that up. I'm not saving this. I forgot that I was doing it that way before, so I'm just wondering if we just cover this. And then it's a wall here. We're fine. See, you can either inset them like that and then use the those grates, or you can have it flush like that. Maybe one day I'll do a complete tutorial on that, but yeah, you don't want to use those. And then you can't have it flush like that. You can't have it. It looks stupid like that. I mean, it looks good from the front. See, now that looks a little bit better. Now, when you wrap around the corner, though, see, the reason this doesn't look right is because, it should, but it doesn't. I don't know. It depends. You know what I think it is? I think it's the awning that tricks the eye. Having the awning allows it to look like it's All right, it's intended to do that. But the ones that I just changed, maybe it's because it goes 1, 2, then turn the corner for just 1. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, um, yeah, I mean, you can do this with the doors here. With the Dunbrook. I'm going to show you how to do that one day. It's not that big of a deal. It's using the replayers and just sticking that in there. And right here, I'm not going to save this, but so I'm just going to pull that out. Just using the replayer, stick that in there, and then replay that over top, and then you get an extra window. Is this the one? Yeah, so here, even though it's a corner... Oh, these aren't corner buildings. I didn't make a corner building out of that. So, this is one way to get a roof for, with a corner building. It's just doing a regular... angle, because we don't really have a corner piece. I mean, we do, but I don't like it. It's just trying things out. Pretty much the idea here was, I mean, this is ridiculous, having all the Halloween Town Road here. The idea was, all right, what if everything in the city was Dunbrook or medieval? What's this one do? Is this yeah, that kind of ruins it. Get that out of there so I don't accidentally hit that again. So it's pretty cool. Now, if I change the roads here, I'm not sure what I would change them to. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to see it better. Because it's going to be lighter. To some extent. The most boring part of any building or city limit is just looking over the edge and saying nothing. How about we do this? There we go. Marketplace. What did this do? Oh. There's really nothing over there. I mean, it's just this without the bells and whistles. The pillars and all that. And because I use basic Dunbrick pieces when I go to Themol, it's only going to change some of the aspects of it. Of course. Let's see what it does. I don't like it. I was working on a Castlevania 1 game. Alright. I thought opening the door would switch it to 2D. It didn't. Where's the 2D switch? Oh, it's on the... It might be on the horse. You know, I know, you're not supposed to have horses inside. The discouraging thing was the boss level. Alright, so... Here. Oh, yeah. This was all just tests. Testing, testing, testing. But I was trying to make this really super elaborate. Maybe I don't think I posted this. I posted a version, but not this version. Alright, so let's... I don't even know if this was the final one. Yeah, that was supposed to go to another room. Like, I can't remember why I gave up on this. I do. Let's see if I get to the end. I think it has to do with Hector Barbosa. Can we go down here? Alright. My controller is acting up here. Nope. Alright. Where were we at? And only halfway through. Okay, so just the castle entrance. Just want to see something if... Just wanted to see if I incorporated that. I don't know how far over here I can go. Alright, so... I got the statues, and I totally forgot about that. You can do a lot of stuff to make it look like you're in a forest with the side step camera. I know, I filmed this. I recorded this before. But I don't think I ever posted it. Oh, come on. If you start seeing them do that, it's usually because my controller is acting way, way dumb. Yeah, I actually had some LUTs builds on this. So I'm not sure if this is the one. I probably should get a suitable weapon, right? Oops. Wrong button. There. So that's all that is. That was locked. So I have to go down here. And that's all that is using the, what do you call those? The save, the save things, you know, where you save your progress. Or checkpoint. The checkpoint. That's what it was. I used the checkpoints to go in. So when you go down here, there's a checkpoint right here. If I went to spark mode, you can see it. Of course, didn't finish that. Here's the other door. Locked. Unlocked. Alright, I wasn't sure how I was going to do this. So beyond here, there's nothing. So basically I had it survive for 2 minutes. And then the door would open, I think. You gotta rely on the auto target with ranged weapons because you can't
Let's get this done.
Okay, notice the terrain or the fauna. All right, it's Frosted White World, and the enemies are loading in just fine. I'll go slower. I just want to show you something. All right, look at. All right, so I still have sufficient amount of space to put in logic and all that, right? Watch this. Okay, the monster is still there because he's already spawned in. All right. That's the trick to getting extra things in. However, when you max it out like that, nothing will spawn in. I don't think, I don't know. The only way I can figure it, I think I already said this, the only way I could figure why they did that is because that online connectivity with friends existed between different consoles, so you could play people online. And I don't think certain consoles could, or the older ones, could handle the capability of a PC. I think that's why. Or the PS4 was, if you created something to the limit, the extension of a PS4, a PS3 would crash. So I think that's why they did it. Like I said, if I put all those things in that didn't have to load, the only thing is they wouldn't respawn in, and then I changed all the fauna here, it would play. I've never noticed any lagging with the PC version. So I think if somebody knew where to look, they would be able to mod it to actually make this Disney Infinity instead of Disney Limited. Anyway, what is this town? Anyway, I did change the fauna so I could get the enemies to spawn in. But what is it? So look at this. Let me change this so you can see it. So what I did was, see how these are L-shaped? I just put them together so they're all box. So I eliminated half of these throughout the entire region of Transylvania. See a mini Dracula's castle there. And my controller is acting wonky. I think I'm going to the store and buy a brand new one. I like this. Maybe I will make a bigger steroids Castle Dracula. But you use the I think it's called snake scales or scale or something like that for the roofs. Except for this boy right here. That's your entrance. Of course, there's the keep. You walk up the stairs. I didn't use the stairs. I just used the arch blocks. No, there's nothing in there. I mean, you could have. I could have put a coffin in there from the exterior. But I'm going to load the other one that actually has enemies spawning. Before I do that, look at this map. Okay, so here we have Simon's Quest Overworld map. Now that game was two-dimensional, 2D side scroller RPG game that actually looked like this. These are screen grabs from one of the Castlevania fan sites. So you'd start in Java, depending on which game you had. Now it was kind of buggy, not in the sense of where the game didn't work, but in the translation sense. You might already know this. It was a bad translation from Japanese to English, where you go into town and nobody would give you the right clues. Only a couple people. And then there was some things in the mansions that would, if you got, you'd find a book or something like that. You'd break a wall and you'd find a book and they give you a clue. The thing is, if you didn't expect it, you'd hit the button and then, what did that just say? Well, it didn't matter anyway because the translation always had just stuff that didn't make any sense. I mean, you could understand the English translation, the English words, but it just was clues that didn't have anything to do with the game. Fans have gone back and fixed it. They didn't fix it on the Anniversary Collection, but you know what? Back in the day, it didn't matter because you just get Nintendo Power, and then who cared what the townspeople said? The Nintendo Power would tell you to go to this guy, go to this guy, go to this guy, go to this guy, go to this lady, and then do this, do that. But anyway, concept is you go through the woods to the left, you get here. Okay, so now you find the ferryman. Ferryman takes you over to a different town of Alba. But if you have, let's see, a heart, which is Dracula's heart that you found in the first castle or the second castle, I forget, then the ferryman, if it's equipped, will take you, all right, down. It's really not down. It would be probably forward or the other way, but it's 2D, so guess what? And take you to the third castle. All right, so you can't go there. You have to go to the right. Anyway, the funny thing is, we look at this. If you're interested, if you're not, then you've already clicked off because this is probably an hour long or 2 hours long right now. The funny thing is, right here, all right, is you need to have a red crystal in order for the tornado to come to take you over to Bodley Mansion, which is town, or is it 4? Castle 4, or which I don't remember. Here it is. So it takes you here. All right, that's Bodley, or is it right here, Bodley Mansion. And over here, let's see, B, go back to the left. Wrong way. Am I going the wrong way? Okay, so there's that, but you need another crystal to change the water level to go to this sunken fortress. But if I go to the right, 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 and then 2 paths, but anyway, you end up back at Castlevania. So anyway, you can't tell where you are exactly all the time. Like Deborah, this is Deborah's Cliff. There is a key there, but you're like, well, Deborah's Cliff, what? So if you go back here, Deborah's Cliff. Oh, that separates you from Alba and Doina. Anyway, you're probably not interested in this. Maybe you are. But that somehow would connect you somewhere right here. Here to here. It's something else weird, but anyway, what I did is I just based everything on here. And you ran out of memory, and when I get to here, I have no way to get it here unless I was going to use a tornado, but ran out of space. But anyway, I have it where I can just use enemies will spawn in and I can show this off. So, without further ado...
Oh, good. It's you, General Skywalker here. Let's see some action.
Alright, same town. Same town, basically, but guess what? Different trees. Different amount of trees.
Jedi Knight.
So not everything is going to spawn in as they should, when they should, but better than none. Hit me again, I dare you. Okay, try it again. I wasn't ready. Or you can just go through and just like run away really fast. Alright. So yeah, I wanted a day and night cycle and all that, and just ain't got time. What a terrible night to have a quiz. Here it's always dark in Transylvania. Yeah, so here was Deborah's Cliff. Wasn't there supposed to be townspeople here? No, I think I left them out. Because these... Shooting at me? Where? Who is shooting? Oh, the Sandman. Can't deny it. There's a mansion there. All right, so that mansion has no collision on it. That mansion spawns underneath. There's two mansions. If you can see, there's a mansion inside a mansion. Those mansions will actually materialize when I get to the place where they're actually at. If I were to go on there, I'll show you. I will go right through it. Because there's no collision. No collision. There's more than 2 mansions there. So, I wasn't going to say anything about it, but because it actually showed up, I wanted to show you. That's right, he pulls them to you. Alright, so let's go a different way. Skeletons. I know, they're not battle droids. They're BX droids. Be quiet. Fishmen. I need health. Go to church for healing. If you didn't see it, it's a church. Okay? There's a couple of them in here. I know. I think every town in Simon's Quest had one, except the last one before Dracula's Castle. I had full health. That bear is going to load in again. Uh-oh. Haha. Alright. So we can go through the mountain, or we can go here. I forget where here takes us. Swamp. So that's fitting to have in the swamp. Probably could have used a tree here. I may have deleted it. No, I didn't. Alright. I left it because space. I did delete it. So it's fitting having those things here. Probably not 3 of them though. So I don't know if you can see it, but I have these half domes for bubbles coming out for the swamp here. Now, I can't remember in the game where the paths are. I just wanted to build this level to see if it was possible, or this world and see if it was possible, and it is. Alright, so here's another cave. There's a cave over there. There's a cave over here. Where does this one go? I think it just leads to nowhere. No, a town. This is the other town with the church. This is, I think this is Algiba.
Anakin Skywalker, at your service.
See, for some reason this one doesn't load in the purple one. Yeah. Because we know there's guys that throw toilet paper in the forest. I'm getting hit with toilet paper. Alright. I'm getting shot at by cowboys in the... By the way, I have it on extreme. I normally wouldn't do that. Yeah, so this is how the other way... Alright, oh, I did put one in there. A window. I was talking about the window. I did put a window like that in there. Alright, so that's the other church. Nothing loaded in. They must be closed for the night. This goes to a ledge. I want to go to that. I want to show you something over there. Other than that, we just got to find a way to get beyond the Deborah's Cliff. And I'll just use a Jedi attack. Good job. Turn. And then go into that mansion. But there's no logic to go in the mansion. And there's no level to go in the mansion. Because I didn't make it. Alright, so that was the other part of town. So what we got to do, we're just over here. We're going to go back to the beginning. Ah, come on. You didn't load in... do we want to go this way? Is this the one? No, it's this way. Yeah, I can't remember what is here. Take us over here, but I don't care. The idea was that's the back door entrance, and that would take me back way through the mansion.
Keep an eye out for separatists. How's it go?
Alright, so this, nothing is here. That is Deborah Cliff right there. Just this angle right here is like awesome. Okay.
I'll do better.
Purple sparks fill up your power meter. Green sparks replenish your health. I'm not a fan of what I tried to do with this particular walkway here compared to the other ones. I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. And I don't know if you can see it, but I used the Halloween Town buildings here. Hey, trying to block and not Anakin doesn't like to block. His timing is different. Alright, does this turn around the bend? Alright, so I did. Yeah, so over there is the other. Oh, that's right. The other docks. Anyway, this is meant to be a mountain that goes to Castlevania. And no, you don't have to be a Jedi to get up there. Just have to be patient. Be patient. Or use your whip. Got it. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, guess what? Maybe I have to use my whip. I know, it's a grappling hook. I just didn't know how any other way to do this. I mean, I did, but with the space that I have. You know, to make an elaborate mountain that has a road that spirals all the way up to the top is possible. But this has to be another level in and of itself, because there needs to be a wall around this. There needs to be a maze garden. There needs to be just different parts. But anyway, that's that. I've been on too long. This video's been gone for too long. But anyway, you can see all the wonderful things that I've been doing in my free time. And if you like it, leave a comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. So, because you can still do wonderful things with this game, check out Professor Toybox. He's very active in making things. Check him out, Professor Toybox. A lot of you already know who he is. I've never met him, but I do enjoy his content. Check out... see, I don't know if 72 Pringle's still making videos. But check out the Bowtie guy. He's still making content. He's big Star Trek fan. He made the Enterprise. So check those guys out. And until next time, remember, it's not blood. It's tomato juice. Oh, wait, what? This has been That Brown Bat reminding you to keep on building.